welcome to the touristbee.com video series, and in this video we will talk about how to plan your trip to Geneva, Switzerland for the first time. If you're a first timer to Geneva, this video is for you. Again, this video will not contain, lots of pictures and videos and things like that, but it will contain a very practical information that you need for planning your trip to Geneva, especially if you're there for the first time. So let's get started. Looking at the map, we have Geneva right here with Lake Leman or Lake Geneva that spans this kind of uh, inverted U from Geneva to Lausanne, Montreux, Lausanne and Montreux to the end here. The very famous Swiss Riviera. And as you can see here, we're bordering France. This is the border between France and Switzerland, all the way here. And as you can see, this is Paris right here. This is Geneva. We have Bern, the capital of Switzerland. We have Zurich, the other large town in Switzerland. And kind of to the southeast, we have Milan in Italy. We see Italy starting right here. And these are the Swiss Alps, the Italian Alps, right through here, and then the French Alps with the famous ski resort Chamonix right here to the south of Geneva, about an hour drive. Beautiful day trip from Geneva. But let's zoom in to Geneva, and we will talk about planning your trip to Geneva, and especially doing a um, um, walking tour. You come to Geneva for the first time and just kind of walking through the old town so you can enjoy the old part of Geneva. And so this video will be short and to the point. So let me show you this walking tour or the tour of the old town of Geneva and with like some basic things. We will start around the Pont du Mont Blanc with beautiful views of Lake Leman right here, and then we would walk. We will walk up the hill towards the old town. This is kind of the old town, the Geneva old town, and this is the famous Geneva Park, or the park with the Wall of the Reformers. Geneva is well known in history as the city of John Calvin, one of the reformers of the Christian Church. Um, and this is where Old Town primarily is. So we're going to walk through here, Jardin d'Anglais, with the famous flower clock, and we're going to walk up through here, through the large cathedral, and we're going to work our way through the Old Town all the way through the park and kind of back. Anyway, so with an overview like this, there's several points in here, but I have a lot more details in the article in the description with parking information, with several points of what to see and how to get there. But again, those details are in the description below in an article on my site, touristbee.com. So let's get going looking at Google Maps. And as I said, we're going to start right here. We zoom in here, and there's let's call it the center of Geneva. And just up here, we have the train station, Gare de Genève. And you can simply walk from the train station all the way to here. It's not a long walk. But we're going to start with walking on Pont du Mont Blanc. That gives you really good views of the famous Jet d'eau, the Geneva water fountain. It's not a water fountain, it's a jet. It's very high, but it's become a symbol of the city. So beautiful views of the lake. And then we're going to walk on this, we're walking on this bridge. And we come to Jardin Anglais, the English garden with the famous flower clock. As you can see it here, the flower arrangements they change through the years, but this is a beautiful garden with the tourist information center right in here. But it's a beautiful garden to walk through and enjoy the beautiful views of Lake Geneva with some of the boats. If you're interested in touring Lake Geneva, so you have several points from here and from here. And as you can see, there's several ways to tour the lake. And actually, some of the boats would take you onto the French side. So this is the French side over here, and this is the Swiss side. Um, as you can see, this is um, kind of the border. And a beautiful day trip would be to get into Ivoire right here, and there are boats. You see, there is boat tours that you can get to Ivoire, a medieval village. It's just gorgeous to visit. And there's Tonon-les-Bains, another in Evian-les-Bains. This is famous for its water, but just beautiful Riviera if you want. And you see this is where France starts, right over here. And this is where Switzerland starts, this way, going south. And you see that the Lake Geneva, or Lac Le Mans, is divided into, the Swiss side and the France side. But here it's all Switzerland up to the border with France. If you're driving, if you want to drive to Ivoire like I did, beautiful drive. There is a border crossing right here. Just make sure you slow down so that you go on the right side of the road to go in. I went a little faster than I was supposed to, but there was nobody there, so it was totally fine. And you see this is the border between Schwyz, as they said, or Switzerland, and France. Anyway, back to Geneva. We're crossing the Pont du Mont Blanc, and we're walking through Jardin Anglais. And after that, we come to we need to start walking uphill. This is where Geneva Old Town is. As you can see here, these are kind of the buildings that are kind of older with red roofs. This is where Geneva Old Town is, and it is on the hill. So we're gonna start walking from Pont du Mont Blanc. We're gonna take this route. There's a Place du Port here with kind of a little pedestrian area, but then we're gonna start walking either, up this way. And then as we come up, this is Place de la Madeleine. There is an old church here um, with some beautiful sitting area. There's a carousel. Anyway, this is kind of like a pedestrian area. So we take Rue de la Fontaine, going up and going up, and there's several ways we could go up, kind of routing like this and coming up um, to the Saint Pierre Genève, Saint Peter's Cathedral. And that's kind of the first point. But I like to walk on Rue de la Fontaine. Um, and you see there is an old wall here, and I like to go through Passage de Degrés. And this is a little tunnel with stairs, and you walk through the tunnel. And just to kind of make it more interesting, and then we come up right behind St. Peter's Cathedral right here. And then I walk around this way, and all the way to the front of the cathedral. And then you want to spend some time in here. This is a beautiful place. There's some restaurants right here. Um, and you want to take your time and enjoy this part, visit the cathedral. If the tower is open right here, then I recommend going up the tower to see the way that the people of Geneva have used this cathedral over the years as a lookout for fires, since it's on a hill, and many other practical ways that they've used it for the city. But take your time to visit here. There's also an interesting, if you like the Reformation, there's a really good museum in here with some old documents and Bibles. And um, this is the cathedral where John Calvin preached for a number of years. And you will find his study Bible and his actually chair that he used. But it's beautiful, beautiful to visit. Then once you've spent enough time here, I really like to go out from Saint Pierre or Saint Peter and walk out this way, and then work my way around to the right on Rue Jean Calvin. There is a this is where you find the I think City Hall is around here, and then there is a way to get inside into this courtyard. They have some museums around here that are very nice to visit. Um, and follow your way like this. Keep going. Just look. These are some really nice old streets, and then come around this way. Um, and then follow the there you find a little plaza here, but very small with some restaurants. But then follow Rue de l'Hôtel de Ville. Hôtel de Ville means city hall. Um, and I like to come and keep going until you get to kind of the corner area, which I really like this plaza. Fontaine du Bourg de Four. There's a fountain here and a beautiful cafe and a couple of restaurants, but it's just a nice, very nice area to either have lunch or walk around. It's just very, very beautiful. And then I come down, if I zoom out a little bit, um, you see that this is the park that we're trying to get to. So I come down the road and then I cross the street and we get inside the park, Promenade de Bastion. And this is where you also find University of Geneva, some of their buildings. But this beautiful park is the city park, and it's known for the Wall of the Reformers right here, where you see some murals of John Calvin and other reformers. So Parc de Bastion, it's in the center of town, if you want, along with Old Town. So Old Town is on the hill, and then you come down to the park, right? We come up from Pont du Mont Blanc, and we come down to the park, Parc de Bastion. And then I walk through Place de Neuve. This is a large plaza again with some museums. And I walk, um, then I walk down on this road or this road. This is it has a lot of shopping. I like this road here, Rue de la Coraterie. It's beautiful to walk down. Lots of shopping, both sides, and the next point is to come down back to Lake Geneva, but this is actually the Rhone River that comes out of Lake Geneva, and then to walk on um, the island. This is again very nice to walk, nice plaza, and then there's some older buildings here, and a tower. This is the famous part, the same famous tower that's on this island. So it's beautiful to just walk through here and continue walking across the river, and then head back to Pont du Mont Blanc. And then you can come up on this bridge, and this is a museum about the um, makers of watches, which is very famous in Switzerland. Um, and anyway, just beautiful views in here. So you could walk here, you could go back, and then walk more, and then there is another island right in here with a statue of Jean-Jacques Rousseau, and another beautiful area to just walk and look at the views. Just really beautiful. Anyway, and you can walk back, and then here you are back where we started at Pont du Mont Blanc. And again, this is the boat dock, one of the boat docks, but this is a very easy one and convenient where you can actually see um, where things are going. Again, if you want to go to Ivoire, there's a boat that will take you to Ivoire, and some other places depending where you want. Again, in my article that I have in the description, I have also a link to the boat schedule for Geneva, and many other details for each of these places that I have listed. I really hope that you found this article, this video and article in the description helpful for you, and I would appreciate if you subscribe to my channel where I post very practical um, videos about um, planning your trips, like this one, planning your trip to Geneva for the first time, or if you've been to Geneva before maybe and you need some practical things, this is the video for you.